are entertaining without me for a second.
Hi, guys. It said we were. I assume so. I'm just going with the flow here. It said we were, but now it's on here. It's not. I don't know why. Hold on, everybody. Okay. It's been a rough couple of weeks. It's been a rough. Oh, hush, folks. Goodness. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not with it today. I had an echo. I forgot to turn my phone down.
Oh. Well, okay.
Like I was saying, it's been a rough couple of weeks.
Well, let's see. How long has it been since we've done this?
We didn't do it when she first came home from.
Well, should we get right into it and start from the beginning?
We can.
Okay. So the last sermon time that we did, that night, she ended up being unresponsive at first.
Mm-hmm.
We found her. I came out, got my dog, took her outside. Or no, hold on. That wasn't that day.
That wasn't that.
That I came in to get my dog to go to bed.
We were trying to put her to bed.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I was getting to that part. Because my routine is get the dogs out of the way. That's step number one. Get the dogs out of the way. And so that was the first thing. And but before that, I always make sure, hey, you ready for bed? And she was, not responsive that well anyway.
Right.
There was at one point she was, because I always tell her up, and that meant lift your arms up, and she would just do this, and then they just came back down. So I said, hey, you got to get your arms up so I can pick you up. She did this, and boom, and then she stopped moving.
Mm-hmm.
So
we thought she had a stroke. At least her and I did. That's what we thought.
It looked like it was a stroke, yeah.
But when we got to the hospital, she had a really high fever, and I'm assuming that's why she couldn't. And I think her body was just, It was a mess. She was a mess.
Yeah.
Talking about my mother, by the way.
Yes,
you all know.
my grandmother.
Yes.
She was a stubborn mule, as we like to call her at points. She refused to go to the hospital, which I don't know if you guys remember, but there was the couple sermon times before then that we might have said she needs to go to the hospital. She needs to go. Like, something's not right. But she refused, and
I pretty much said you're going.
Yeah, we found her unresponsive. We finally got the okay, though, that night.
She finally said, because
she shook her head yes, and that's all we needed right there.
She said fine to me. She was fine. Mm-hmm. She wasn't happy about it, but
right.
I was like, Mama, we can't help you because you're not helping us, and I know you can't help it, but there's nothing that we can do, and I'm not going to let you sit here and just.
So, yes, so the ambulance came, took her to the hospital. We ended up going up that night, but before we went up there, I had to sit my good old Crim Mom down and be like, listen, this does not look good, and this is already like getting hard on us, especially after that night. I said, if it comes time, we need to bring hospice in if that is what we need. And so I put that idea in her head.
Well, I didn't even have to make that decision.
Right. So,
the hospital made that decision.
We
talked to both of us.
I'm getting to that part.
Well, you weren't there when that.
Well, I know I wasn't there. But we went up there. They were giving her fluids, sat with her. This was at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
And usually, whenever she went, she would still talk to me and stuff. And she was not doing. She wasn't responsive. She wasn't doing any of that. So I knew it was bad. You know.
I mean, I knew it was really bad. I knew it was bad since before that day,
right?
But
because we've been trying to get her to go to the hospital, and it probably would have helped her more if she would have went to the hospital. But she, as she said, and I understand this wholeheartedly, she did not want to die in the hospital. That was what her fear was. She wanted to be at home.
I get that, but that was putting more stuff on us.
But everything happens for a reason. God's plan is not our plan.
Right.
And what he has planned is what's going to happen. And so she was in the hospital for a little bit. I came to visit her every day. And then on the last day, last day she was technically in the hospital until they went home the next day. Yeah. We were told there was nothing more that could be done.
Well, don't forget those fluids that she was getting.
Oh, that was horrible.
The next day she was inflated.
I went there and her arm was just, it was huge.
I didn't go because
it was bad because as tiny as my mom was, I don't know if any of you ever saw her.
We did show her a couple times.
Yeah, my mama was tiny, and her arms, I couldn't get over it. I was mad because even the lady that came in to get blood from her said the name tag she had on, you couldn't even turn it or anything. It was so tight. So the lady ended up cutting that off. But fast forward, I get there Thursday because she came home Friday of that week.
Yeah. Thursday comes. I go to the hospital. The doctor comes in that talks about hospice and all that. He goes, "There's no more we can do. We'd like to put you on hospice. I assume you'd like to go home." She goes, "Yes." And he goes, "Is that all right with you?" And I said, "Of course." Right.
So they put her on hospice. And she came home Friday afternoon after they set up the bed and everything. She got home.
The bed came in the morning,
and she came in the later afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, she was of course worried about me because the hospice nurse came to admit her, and she was telling me all the stuff I had to do and the medicine and blah blah blah. And she's like, "This is too much on you." I said, and I told her, I said, "Stop it right there." I said, "I can handle it, and I will do this. It's going to be fine." Because I wanted to make her as comfortable and as possible.
So that weekend, we didn't do a sermon time just because we were kind of focused on her, I would say.
And I didn't know how long we had with her either, because I didn't know. Yeah. Because she was literally right over here in the bed. You can't see it.
Like her chair right here, you can't. The bed was part of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, and I knew I wish we would have done some because she enjoyed that. That was something
that I did enjoy it.
I was not mentally
None of us were mentally prepared. We weren't physically prepared either.
No.
I mean, we had a couple ideas, but one of them was too soon, and then the other ones just were irrelevant for what was going on.
Right.
And then, like she said, we were just mentally not ready to do it. So then the next week came, and
she was getting close.
Yeah, it was close.
She passed away on the 29th in the evening, at late evening. It was
probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock, right around the time that I came out, which we'll get to that part.
Yeah, she passed away, and I was just on the 29th, and I have been in no shape whatsoever to be on camera.
Yeah.
Even now, it's hard. So, been dealing with a lot. With anybody that has lost someone and has had to deal with death and the things that happen afterwards, you understand. Still dealing with a lot. It's going to take me some time. Thank God my brother and sister-in-law came.
Oh, they were here like
They came Tuesday.
two different times.
Yeah,
two
but
different
they
weeks.
stayed. They came Thursday, and they have to leave today, so they were here for a few.
Well, no,
days.
they came Thursday.
Just past Thursday.
The day she came home.
Yeah, they came. They came the weekend.
That weekend.
Because she came.
And my uncle stayed until
they didn't even get to, because of the plane problem and not
Right.
being able to fly.
They stayed like technically more than what they were supposed to because of the plane issues. They got in late because of the plane issues too. And then that fast forward the next week, they weren't here.
They wanted to come earlier than they did this week.
Right.
The ticket prices were astronomical for them to get here, and they decided to hold off.
Right.
Because
it
was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah. So what ended up happening? They ended up leaving. That Tuesday?
Something like they finally got home Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, they got home Tuesday.
I think so.
And my grandmother just kind of went downhill from there. She was at least moving around, trying to talk anyway. And after my uncle got home, I would say, is when she stopped talking. She barely opened her eyes. She just was existing, basically.
Well, I know she was waiting for my brother and Tammy to get here.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also know she was holding on for me as well, because she saw some things here that was happening that was not good, and she was upset over it, which I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
And she held on probably longer than she would have if stuff like that would not have happened. But I also say it's up to God, and God.
Here's what I gotta say about that. Yes, God does have a time for you, but I also believe that people have that free will and that oomph to keep fighting, because once again, the free will. You don't mess with free will. If you have the heart and courage to go past more, she definitely fought more than what she should have.
My mama was a fighter her whole life, and and she finally looked at me one day. This was before she got really bad. She goes, "I'm tired of fighting. I've been doing it my whole life. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home." And then she told me a few days before she passed that she was ready to go home, but she was still holding on.
There was something holding her back.
It was me. It was she. She saw what was going on. I know she did. She heard it, and she said, "I'm going to stick around a little bit longer." And I just kept telling her, "It's okay, Mom. I'm going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Go give Jesus a hug for me." I kept telling her, "Just go home when you're ready. I know you're ready. Go. It's okay."
So, come July 29th. Was it 29th?
Yeah, because that's her sister's birthday.
Come July 29th, she was just basically the same, not responsive, at least talking, I mean. Barely opened her eye. She ended up opening her eyes a day.
That day
here and there, but that day
she looked at you and smiled.
She opened her eyes. I realized she opened her eyes. I made it known she opened her eyes, and she was smiling.
Yes.
So, but
she also had a smile on her face after she passed too.
Yeah. So she did open up her eyes like that afternoon. I want to say
she looked at me a couple times, and then.
So I went into my room. I did my YouTube stream on my main channel, I should say. Now that I'm monetized on Twitch, I think I did a Twitch stream that day too.
You did too.
And then I got off. I just sat there for a little bit. It came to be about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
I had checked on her like a half an hour before he came out, and she was still breathing. And I gave her a kiss and told her I loved her like I always did. I did it constantly. Well, then we were getting ready to take the dogs out.
I took Chloe out.
Yeah, he took Chloe out.
And you came out with Izzy.
I was going to let the other dogs out, and I said, "Let me check on Mom." And I looked, and I said, "Oh, crap, she's not breathing."
And so she comes out with Izzy. And she tells me, hey, I don't think your grandmother's breathing. And I say, what? And so I walk in and I say, just watch Chloe. I'm going to go inside. So I came in. I stared at her chest for a good couple minutes.
I tried to find her pulse and
it was not moving. She was cold to the touch. I felt for a pulse. I checked the neck. There was no pulse. So I had to go back out there and be like, Grandma.
I already knew.
I think she's gone.
I already knew though.
You knew, but you were like, what? And then you came in, and that's when we checked again just to make sure.
I knew, pulse. But just having a second person tell me, someone else tell me. So, because I'm this is gonna sound, well, it's not weird, but I know when she passed, I felt it. It was not too long after I had checked on her and she was still breathing. I was sitting over here on the couch and I was watching her, and but I couldn't see her up close because the way she was breathing, you had to be close to be able to see it because you could see it through her neck. That's how I always checked. And I know when she passed. I didn't look at the time, but I know when she passed because I felt it. So, yeah.
So we called hospice because they told us to call them. Obviously, instead of calling 911.
Which is much better. It's
right.
So much
it
better.
Is so much better. So we called them, or you did.
I did.
And I called my brother.
And then I made other phone calls.
Yeah. My dad, Turbo, and his wife ended up coming, which was very surprising.
I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.
Let's see. My brother came. You called my uncle.
I called
woke his ass up.
Yep.
And
called our cousin.
Right. You made lots of phone calls.
I did.
Then that's when the tears came.
And I lost it.
And of course, the hospice nurse came in and confirmed she was gone. So that's when I made a Facebook post because I did it with my grandpa when he passed. And that was another hardest post I've ever made. I got lots of love and support there. And then the next morning, I made a Discord post saying, letting everybody know, all my subscribers know. And let me tell you something. For you guys that came over from the main channel over here, you guys helped me in more ways than you can even imagine. Even back when I lost my grandpa, you guys were there. But this time, you guys were even there even more, I feel like. You guys were nothing but...
And I want to thank you for the love and support as well, because all of you that know Crim Mom here have been nothing but loving, kind, and we appreciate it more than you know.
Yes, we do. You guys, I made the posts that morning, and then within like 15 minutes, I had at least a handful of people saying, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'll be praying for you, or sorry to hear that. We'll be here for you. Ever since I announced it to some of the people that she was being put on hospice, we had a couple of them say, hey, if you need anything, just want to talk, I'll be here.
I want to say a shout out to my homie and his mother. His mother has been very kind, very loving. Even though I pick on you all the time, you homie. I just want to say I appreciate you both more than you could ever know, and I love you.
I want to make a shout out to Sweets. Thank you for being there for me. Your text message that night it made me and Crim Mom cry. I want to give a shout out to Titanium. You have been there a little bit. You got my mind off of it.
Yogurt, I want to say.
Yogurt, especially, yes. Frozen, I want to make a little shout out to you. The day after it happened, you got into a party and just made my ass laugh as much as you could. Even though, no offense, Frozen, we all know this by now. You're a Mr. Talk a lot, but that helped that day, let me tell you.
I kind of wish I was in there for that, but I was kind of just...
You were grieving yourself. I was doing my own thing. We took a few days. That's why we didn't do one last week either, is because... I just lost my grandmother. You lost your mother, and we were not ready. I mean, I still think we're not necessarily ready now, but we wanted to give somewhat of an update.
I want to keep going with this because she
enjoyed it.
these
That's
so
one
much,
of the
and
things.
I enjoy them too.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of, like I said before, I kind of wish we would have done one when she was still.
I'm glad we didn't because, like I said, I don't know what that would have done to
We
her.
could have moved the camera where nobody would have seen it, but.
Or yeah, because especially like that, I didn't want anybody to see her.
I didn't want anybody to see her either. I was trying to take a picture of Sparky, your brother's dog, and I kept getting her, and I'm like, I don't want that picture. I don't. So, I mean, I got one of her in the hospital because James, or your brother, was on the phone with me. The whole time I was at the hospital that day that we found out she was going to be put on hospice.
Yep.
And I took a picture of her for him because he said something to her that made her smile. So I took a picture of her smiling and sent it to him. So that's the last one I have.
Real quick, I do have a bone to pick with. Not going to say who.
You tell me.
But I'll tell you off stream. But my dad's side of the family, and that probably gives you a hint on who. You made a Facebook post when she was being put on hospice. I had some of my dad's side of the family hit me up, giving us prayers, thoughts, love, and support. And then I had some that didn't. But then when she passed, the ones that didn't, when she was put on hospice, hit me up and was saying great things. If we need anything, just let them know. Right. But the ones that hit me up during the hospice part, when she passed, didn't hit me up. So that kind of hurt.
I also want to make a shout out to your granny. Because she came 2 days.
One before she went, and then just past Tuesday. Or was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
I know it was after she passed.
Yeah, it was after she passed. It was 2 days after she passed. So I think that was
the days
Wednesday.
are going together for me. I can't.
So she, she came out and we had a great discussion. She's always been here. She's still every once in a while calls me up. In fact, she might even call me today. I don't know. But we had a great conversation with her.
I want to thank our neighbors who have been wonderful. They especially my friend. She has checked on me quite a bit. Then another friend checked on me all throughout the day, every day, every single day, to make sure that how Mom was doing, how I was doing, if there was anything they could do. I'm like,
Chloe, what are you doing?
And I'll tell you, like I'm told, I don't know what I need. It's one of those things.
Just time.
I'm grateful,
basically.
But when people ask, what can I do? I don't know. I don't know.
Just stop asking me what you can do and just be here.
I don't want to be like that.
Well, sometimes that's what you need. It's like, don't ask me what I need. Just be here. Just talk about something else.
Right. Get my mind off of it.
Right.
And sometimes that worked. Sometimes it didn't. And
yeah. So I am a little hurt about that. But besides that, because I know they are watching this, or at least they might.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say any names. But I was a little hurt about that.
Well, I even made posts. I made one.
I made a post.
I made a post that night. Technically
I shared yours.
Yeah, but I made one, and then I made another one the next day because I wanted to put a picture with you guys and fix it because I was not happy with what I wrote the first time. It's still there, but I didn't know. I wanted something better.
My bald head getting in the way.
But so I'm just I'm pretty well still numb. I mean, there's some days that are better than others, but I should say there's moments better than others because I'll feel really good for a little bit, and then something will just hit me, and which is to be expected. So.
Well, anyway, so yes, we were grieving
These poor doggies. I'm looking at the doggies. Where's Ginger?
I see her.
Oh, yeah. The poor doggies.
Hey, so you still think the couch is black? I mean, she was blending in. You couldn't.
Ginger is the little black one. Is the one that's been something. But
I think she's getting better.
Isabella is kind of acting strange today. It was this morning. I let her outside, and I was ready to come in because she was done, and she just stood there and looked at me. She wouldn't.
So obviously, Ginger and Izzy were my grandmother's dogs.
I let them say goodbye to her.
Chloe is Ginger's half sister, the one that was just on my lap. So I thought it was appropriate that when my grandmother passes, especially if it was before her dogs, I always told her I will take Ginger. That way, the half sisters can stick together,
right. And then Izzy, because Izzy is
Izzy's attached to you now.
She is, and that
happened. Anytime that she wasn't here, she was up your butt.
She wants to be near me constantly, which is fine. That's fine because But the hospice nurse told me to let them, after we got her cleaned up and stuff. She goes, let them come in, let them say their goodbye. They need to say their goodbye too. So that's what I did.
Yes.
And Ginger got up in Mom's face and licked her all over. Izzy stood back but just watched her and turned her head. She just sat there and looked at her. It was the saddest thing. It really was. It was sad. But so they got to say their goodbye.
Once again, it's going to take not only for us but for the dog as well. It is going to take time. I've realized all those hospital trips that she would be on, or like how long was she in that rehab place?
2.5 months.
Well, for those 2.5 months, I really saw that Ginger, it will take time, but she'll come around and she'll start, doing her thing.
I'm still going to have to watch that one, though, because I think it's finally hit her. I do. I thought she'd be okay, but I think it's finally hit her. So
I do think it's going to take some time. They're probably expecting her to come home any day. Obviously, it's not going to happen. But from what I've seen with Ginger, it's going to take maybe about a month for her to at least start acting semi-normal, and then eventually by the 2-month part, it won't be okay. I'm sad now. I'm mad that she's not here, and when she gets back, I'm going to just go hide and be.
Well, she hasn't been hiding. I think she understood what happened.
I think they do.
Like I said, dogs know, because for 24 hours before Mom passed, she kept jumping on and
Ginger
off.
did.
Yes, Ginger kept getting off the bed and then running back on the bed. I mean, I did this all night long and all day before my mom passed.
We're talking about you.
It was nonstop. I was
just moving.
Yes. It was nonstop. It was making me crazy. But dogs know.
Yeah, I think they know, but maybe, from the past.
But they got to see her go this time. They weren't outside because whenever the ambulance was coming to pick her up, they always told us to put them outside or somewhere. So this time they were here and they were inside and they saw her be taken. So.
Ginger, here, you want food, Ginger?
She won't even.
She's still not doing that.
I'm still trying, and she just.
Well, she's been in there eating the dry food.
I know, but usually when I say you want food, you know how she is.
Right.
Well, Izzy didn't even raise her head up.
Food. Who wants food?
Who wants food?
Yeah. See. No.
Yeah. So, I just thought I would. We just wanted to come on and talk.
Right. This ain't really too much of
I'm going to say a few things about dealing with grief that the Bible says. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just going to say a few things, and that's it.
I think that'd be good. Hi, Ginger.
Let's see. I'm going to first say this one. Romans 12:15 says, "Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn." 1 Peter 5:7 says, "Cast all your anxieties on him because he cares for you." So when you're dealing with grief like we are, give it all to God and he will be with you. I know that. I feel that I felt him for Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Let's see. Okay, John 16:22. So with you, now is your time of grief, but I will see you again and you will rejoice, and no one will take away your joy. And here's my favorite. This is my favorite. I'm going to end on this one because this is one of my favorite verses. It's
End it on a high note.
Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Is this your favorite Bible verse?
That is one of my favorite.
But is it your favorite?
Probably. Besides the one about putting on your armor of God.
Guess who's that? I can do things.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
That is Turbo's favorite of all time. In fact, he got it tattooed on him. That's his favorite.
That might be what I do in Nana's honor if I can ever be able to do something like that. But that is one of my favorites.
Do not ask me to get a tattoo. I'm not getting a tattoo.
I'm not asking you to do anything.
I
don't even know if I'm going to do it.
Well, I know you already got tattoos.
Yes,
but
I do. But I told Mom, though, I wanted to do something. I really wanted her to write something and have that tattooed on me, but I knew she couldn't write with her hands and stuff. So I didn't get to do that. So I'm trying to find something that she has written.
I have an idea.
What?
She wrote in that book, I'm not going to say everything, but just she wrote I love you or I love you guys on there. Maybe use that as...
That's what I thought about.
This is an idea.
But I don't know yet.
It's up to you. It's your body. You put on whatever you want.
I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I was thinking, I'm all over the place. I can't. I'm not going to do anything right away. I'm taking things one day at a time, and because, like I said,
that's the thing to do, and you give it to God.
Yep. I'm fine one moment, and then
when you're sad, give it to God. When you're angry, give it to God. When you're When you're depressed, give it to God. That's basically what you do. But anyway, that's what we've been.
And if you're ever, we've all lost something.
Your homie's here.
Hi, your homie. Go back and listen.
Yes, this one, go back and listen. We got into the story of since she was on hospice of the day before, the day she went to the hospital all the way up to her death date, and then just got into the Bible a little bit.
Just always remember the verse I just read. It does help give comfort because God does strengthen. I can do all things through Christ because He strengthens me. Mm-hmm. I would not be even this good to be able to talk without Him because I would be curled up over there in a ball. Let's face it. Is
it weird that I kind of want to see that? Not because you're sad, but I want to see you curled up into a ball. That part I want to see.
You've never seen me curl up?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, I've done it.
Except for maybe when you're sleeping and under the covers, but at the same time, that...
No, I refuse to do that. She wouldn't want that. She wouldn't want me crying now. I know that. But...
Mom, maybe that's why I haven't really cried that much. I've cried. I cried when she came home on hospice. No, I cried the night she passed.
The reason your brother came over is because he heard me. I was...
Let me tell you something. Once he heard you... His exact words were, and I quote, "I'm on my way, don't tell her."
I can't even express you.
Hey, you're in my way, Ginger.
I can't even express
food, Ginger. You want some food?
The pain I was in. I have no words.
I'll go and roll up in a ball in my corner, says your homie.
Thank you for making me laugh, sweetie.
Duck you, your homie.
Don't pick on my homie.
Here we go.
No picking on my homie.
Too bad it's going to happen. He deserved it, especially after last night, you little ducker.
Oh, I didn't get to talk to him last night.
Well, that's because I came home and got on with literally sweet titanium I think Camo at one point. He was very quiet. Yahomie, Turbo, myself. We were all in one big party.
I just laid.
Holy!
I didn't even move really off the.
I'm surprised you didn't come in because I was getting loud there. Did you even hear me?
Did you read my text that I sent you last night?
What text message? Which
the one that when you told me that Roman and I said
shout out to Roman Reigns, he returned.
I'll have to watch it later. Because
yeah, I got that.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything, but you know. But anyway, so
well.
I'm not proud of it, but I did have a good time yesterday.
You and your brother had, and his wife, you guys did have a good time. And I had a good time. It got my mind off of it. I went out to eat with Turbo and Buck, and that was fun. We watched SummerSlam. My favorite returned. He kicked some butt and took some names, so that's all that matters. Other than that, as far as WWE goes, I cannot wait to see what happens. But
should be interesting.
That's about it for that.
But we'll talk about that on this one.
Right.
I didn't even get me anything to drink, did I? It's over there. Cute, but
I scared Izzy. Come here, Izzy. Come here, Izzy. Come here. Come here.
Look
how hairy she is. She's
my
hairy.
mind is everywhere, so forgive me. I can't even put it
She's a hairy beast. You old demon. Here.
I'm a cutie pie. I'm a cutie pie. What's wrong with my girl? You do the haircut. So, do you want to say the prayer, or you want me to? I didn't. I can try to put thoughts together.
I'm trying to think of what exactly. I mean, I know a couple things, but if I do it, it's gonna be really short, which probably a good thing.
Probably is because I'm, like I said,
holy ginger.
My mind is still all over the place. I'm lucky that I got the words out that I've gotten out so far. So.
Well, I mean,
what gives me comfort and peace is that I know that
Ginger sheds apparently.
Are she dirty for me?
No, it's hair. That's hair.
What gives me
I did not know she sheds.
Peace and gives me comfort.
Yeah, homie, tell your mom that we appreciate that. That is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that she's in no more pain.
Yes, that is a good thing because she was definitely in pain the last week.
It was horrible. I know for a fact.
We tried to move her and she would. And at this point, she wasn't talking. She wasn't even opening her mouth. But anytime we would try to move her, it was.
Well, when the nurses would come, I would say, "Well, I'm not putting her through anything that I don't have to. I'm not." And the one nurse, I had
the one dog we didn't show.
Well, I should say the two nurses that were consistent understood and said, "We completely agree. You're doing the best you can. You're doing a very good job." You know, they kept reiterating.
I'm in here. This is for your mom, you homie.
Yes, I'm doing that too.
So there you go.
So she passed away on her sister's birthday, which was
very ironic
and fitting.
I'm gonna leave off on this note. I really thought she was gonna make it to August, and the reason why is because
that's when
my step grandpa, her late husband. Or, in other words, Pappy, as I used to call him, or his real name, Buddy.
It's not his real name, but that was his
on
name.
stream. It's his real name. He passed away August 22nd, which is also Turbo's birthday. So but I just had this gut feeling she'd make it to that day for some reason.
When I realized what the date was, when I talked to my cousin.
Oh yeah, once you told me, that's when I was like, okay.
But I was like, it didn't even dawn on me until I had talked to my cousin, and he's like, it's Mom's birthday. I'm like, holy crap! Well, that's that's fitting, and they're up.
Well, they were close. She lost her sister
19 years ago, sometime in July. I don't remember the exact date. But it was right before. It was
right before her birthday. Yeah. So they were close. So it's kind of fitting that she passed on her birthday. So.
But I'm just so grateful and so thankful, and just want to say again that I thank you to everyone that's shown their support and love to us. It's meant a lot.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, as the little closing thoughts, for anybody out there that still has, their mother, their grandmother, especially those two, or even
father,
grandpa.
Period. She was was it for me. So
hug them, be there for them as much as you can. Try to spend some time with them, even if you're already doing that. Do it. Do more. Take them out to eat. Surprise them one day or something. Or
let them know that you love them.
Yeah, just let them know that you love them, and
because that's all that matters.
Because now I'm down to one grandparent left, and that is my dad's mom, who is suffering with dementia. So that it sucks, but and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend time with her as much as I can.
I'd like to do that
around my work schedule anyway.
Because we're pretty close. Me and her are pretty close, and we get along very well.
Mm-hmm.
I love her to this day and always will. So.
Which I do want to thank my grandmother, not my dad's mom, your mom. I do want to thank her because these past 2 years gave me the opportunity to start my career in my dream job. And it's true. If you can get your dream job, you'll never work a day in your life. And that is so true. I can't even express how much. Now, having said that, I am working my butt off because I love it so much, but I'm going to be continuing that.
I'm going back to watching the kids because I miss it, and they fulfill something in me too. They will help with the grief that I'm feeling.
They will.
So I've already talked to their mom and said I will be back Monday and
tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
Right.
And
and with that being said, for you guys that are from my main channel, the summer schedule is over officially. I always said for the months of June and July, the summer schedule will be here, but that's it. So I have made the executive decision that the summer schedule is officially over as far as starting today. So with that being said, Monday through Friday, plus Sunday through Friday, will be YouTube streams. It just depends. And then now that I'm monetized on Twitch,
she is not a demon. I just read your.
You just now read it?
Yes.
She is a demon.
Sorry, I didn't mean that.
And now that I'm monetized on Twitch, I will be streaming on Twitch when I'm not streaming on YouTube, basically. It will be 2 hours on each, unless if it's a bigger game, then it might be more. That's on the YouTube side, most likely. So that is basically it. If you want more information, I'll post a community post about the schedule. And other than that, that's all I got. So
do you want to do the prayer since you said it was going to be short, sweet? If I want to add something, I can. But
right.
If I don't have to.
Right.
I can't think right now. I did all my thinking earlier and said all that, but now I'm afraid I'm gonna start crying again. So,
well, I mean, it's gonna happen, but we got into a little bit of the Bible, so we stuck to that anyway. But you know what? On a closing note before the prayer, and it's a high note. She's with Jesus now.
Yes.
As long as soul sleep is not a thing.
She was.
But and you know what? No. Here's what I gotta say about that for the whole soul sleep. Me and Turbo got on this conversation yesterday. I asked him, I was like, Dad, do you do you believe in soul sleep? First, he didn't know what the heck I was talking about. And I was like, okay, so basically it's the belief that when you die, you actually cease to exist during that period. So basically what happens is you die, your ground goes back to the body, and then your
body
soul
goes back to the ground.
What'd I say?
You said it opposite.
No, your body goes back to the
There you
ground,
go.
and then your soul goes back to, or the breath of life goes back to God. And in that period is technically everyone that died is not up in heaven. They're just in the ground, asleep. In other words, they're ceasing to exist right now. And when the second coming happens, that's when everybody's going to rise, because from what I hear, and a lot of arguments for soul sleep is, why would God allow people to go to heaven just to take them right back out? And Turbo actually gave me an answer that makes a lot of sense on why that is, and why soul sleep is really not a thing. It's because this heaven that we're going to is a temporary heaven, because in the book of Revelations, if you guys read that, he is going to make a new heaven and earth for us.
That's what I was just going to say.
So, with that being said, the heaven that we're going to is temporary.
Till he gets.
But you still have to believe in Jesus to get there.
Yes.
Otherwise, you will be going
to the other place that you don't.
Right.
If you're smart, you don't want to go.
Right. And that kind of opened my eyes at least a little bit to this whole soul sleep being a reality versus
you need to
fiction, you know.
Revelations, because I've read it.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. There was... Well, no, I got soul sleep from the Bible, because people are saying that soul sleep is a thing in the Bible, that it hints towards it, but then the Bible also contradicts it with other things.
That's why you just
so
read Revelations is what I'm going to tell you.
Well, yeah, you see, Revelations, yes, he is going to make a new heaven and earth, but that really kind of sealed the deal for me. Why would we not be allowed to see the temporary heaven? Because imagine, heaven is already the most, I mean, we can't even explain it right now. Imagine what the new heaven's going to be. It's going to be 10 times better than the heaven we have now.
And we can't even explain this.
No, we can't even explain this one. You know, so... And then look at the earth now. We're also getting a new earth. Like, think about that. This one is already bad, but here's what the Bible says about this earth. This is the devil's playground. Yes. This is his world. That's what the Bible says. It does. As sad and as maybe scary as it seems,
but it's the truth.
But it's the truth. If it's in the Bible, we want it. Remember that. So if the Bible says this is the devil's playground, be cautious, be prepared.
Stay in the book.
Stay in the good book. Keep your faith, and keep God close. Keep him close. Put your beliefs in him. He will guide you.
Put your God's armor on.
So, with that being said, the new earth. Imagine it. The devil's not going to have anything to do with the new earth, new heaven, anything. He's not going to be a thought in our mind ever again. So,
thank you, God. All I can say is thank you, God.
So, with that being said, can I say, Grace, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States.
I love you, you homie. I just love you.
I believe in God and Jesus, and whatever happens, happens. I just want to go up. Well,
I'm with you there.
Well,
I mean, I want to be where Jesus
obviously
is.
Whatever happens is going to happen, but make sure you believe in the right thing.
I want to be where Jesus is.
Right. Wherever Jesus is, that's where we want to be. And you know what? When Turbo made that little argument, it's like, that's so true. Why would God, not let us see the first heaven Exactly. See, like,
so that's what I want. When we've talked about this before,
right? Well, I've never saw it through that point. You know, it's like holy moly, like, you know, and
okay, don't you go pee pee on the floor.
Right. Well, anyway.
Sorry.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today because we are still grieving very hardly. And at this moment, I think Crim Mom here really wants to give you all her grief that she has right now. She really needs your guidance right now. So please be with her, and especially be with the friends and family of. Can I say her name? Am I allowed to say her name? Okay. Please be with the friends and family of Joyce. She was a heck of a servant for you. She was a big believer in you and Jesus, and she was a Jesus woman through and through. Her daughter, Crim Mom here, really needs your guidance, so please be with her, which I know you will be. And I pray that you be with me as well. I'm taking it a little hard too. I just don't show it as much. But obviously you already know. You're everywhere. You see everything. So, and I pray that you be with the listeners. I pray that you be with everybody out there, even the ones that don't believe in you. Please guide them in the right direction, which obviously you will do. And we pray for anybody that has dealt with loss to, what was one of her things?
What, the rheumatoid arthritis?
Yes. We pray for them. We pray for
anybody that's on hospice.
And the
family
we pray
that's dealing with that.
Any family that just dealt with a loss, that is grieving, please be with them. In your holy name, amen. There you go, short and sweet. And I just came up with that on the fly. Right. So anyway, there you go. I don't know if we'll be back next week. We'll just have to take one day at a time. We're gonna try. Hopefully,
I don't know where my emotions are gonna be.
Right.
1 minute I'm fine, like I said. The next I'm not. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens. However, I will still be on my stuff, doing my thing. My head itches now. Uh-oh. That was her phone. But anyway, all right. Any closing thoughts, Crim? Comments?
Just
go duck yourself, you homie. I don't know, whatever you want to say.
No, I don't want to say
that.
Okay. I just want to
gotta laugh somehow.
I just want to say, God, thank you for getting me this far. I know you're with me. I know I'm going to have bad days, but thank you for giving me the good moments. And for everybody out there, just love one another, be kind, show kindness to people, because people aren't always nice, but be like Christ would want you to be, and how Christ would be, and just love the way he would love. And that's all I'm going to try and do. I know I'm probably going to fail, because people can aggravate.
We're human. We're human. We're going to fail.
But I love you all, and thank you so much.
Yes, thank you once again to everybody that has reached out. Thank you for the text messages, the Discord DMs, even
the Facebook messages.
Yeah, the Facebook messages. Thank you for everything, everybody that was here, everyone that saw, that's been praying. Thank you. And once again, thank you for watching.
Why are you licking me? She's licked me for the last probably
Have you met her?
10 minutes.
Right.
She has not stopped.
Well, tell her to stop.
I did. And now she's going to lick herself.
All right. Well, anyway, we might be back next week, and hopefully this is the start of us returning.
It's something we have to do.
Well, we'll take one
day
day at a time, especially this week. I don't know how long.
I don't know what we'll talk about next. That's something we'll have to discuss.
Right. But maybe something will happen, because normally we kind of, if you really think about it, all of our lessons, I guess is what you can call them, or studies. That's probably better.
Yeah.
Have been around her if you really think about it, except for maybe the first one and maybe the second one. But other than that, because I know Mother's Day was basically around her. It was inspired by her a little bit. There was.
She was in the hospital so much that I can't remember how
Right.
many times she
There
was
was the
here.
anger. That was.
I still remember what that one sermon time we did, and I'm praying, and we get off stream, and she goes, "I need to stop being such a baby."
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "You're doing the best you can, and I don't give you enough credit."
Mm-hmm.
We had some very good. We had a very good conversation before she passed. When she came home and she was able to talk still.
I had a good conversation with her.
So I mean, she made me cry, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be strong for you, not sitting here and crying. She goes, "You go ahead and cry," but it was just what she said to me just
Mm-hmm.
ripped my heart out. And if you know me, you know I wear my heart on my sleeve, and that's why I cry the way I do. I mean, I told her before, I said, I wish I was more like you and I could hide it better and do it privately, but that's just not the way God made me. I just, you know what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling by, my face. So
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
Well, one thing I do want to share, and then that's it for me, is she really got into, especially the last couple of years, she got into what I was wanting to do. She gave me the reason to do it and the time. And she got into it so much that I started talking about a certain series.
And you got to finish the last one she'd been watching.
If y'all don't know, she really got into Assassin's Creed there after a little bit. I started with the first game, played through it, she loved it. Got to the second game, she loved that one even more.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got to Brotherhood, and she loved that one. And then we got to Revelations.
Yeah.
That one took a while because that's when
she was in and out of the
in and out. I just stopped, and finally she came home. I played a little bit for her. Got to about maybe I'd say an hour away from finishing the game, and that's when she really went downhill. When she came back from home and was put on hospice, that's when I finished it for her. I made sure she heard, and she got the ending of that.
Yeah, because she was waiting for the ending for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think I dozed off. I didn't mean to, but I think I dozed off while you were doing it.
I do regret that I should have just pressed through it and tried to do one more for her, because as for you Assassin's Creed fans out there, you guys know that 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3 are one big storyline, and I was never ever to play 3 for her.
That's okay.
So, but I didn't want to start it and then not be able to finish it because she passed.
Right.
Because I didn't know how long she had. Which, I'm not going to lie, if I would have just taken, after me finishing Revelations, I could have taken the next 3 days because she was alive for at least then. I could have finished it for her.
I don't know that she would have got to. I mean,
Exactly.
She would have listened to it. She would have heard it.
Right.
But I don't know that she would have enjoyed it like
Exactly.
she had the other ones.
Exactly. So I'm glad, but I'm not glad. So with that being said, what I'm going to do, and I have not told Crim Mom this, is I'm going to, right now, I'm doing Assassin's Creed 3 on my main channel for a no-death run. When I'm done with that run, I'm going to hook up my laptop out here. I'm going to hook it up to the Xbox One. I'm going to stream it on Twitch, and we are just going to have fun. I may be talking. I may not have commentary on. I don't know, but that is just going to be for her. I want to do that for her. And then I might continue doing that just on Twitch, just maybe a little bit. So that's going to be in remembrance for her. Like I said, there may or may not be commentary. I don't know. It depends on if I can get a mic that actually works. But oh wait, no, it won't be on Twitch. I would need my. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Always do.
But I will. I'm going to do something out here. You will not see us, but what?
My arms aren't long enough. Sorry.
Well, neither are mine.
You were close.
In loving memory of Gurney. I might do that. I don't know. Assassin's Creed 3 in the loving memory of Gurney.
I think that's a good idea.
This one's for you.
I think that's a great idea.
I might be able to do that. I don't know.
You can do it.
You know what? I think there might be a way just me to stream off Twitch off of this. I'll have to experiment with that.
We'll figure it out.
Right? Yeah. I'll figure it out. Yeah. So, and it's not going to be anything special. It's just going to be me playing through the story, taking my time with it, and having fun with it while also remembering her. Idea from the FBI guy. Yeah. Mr. FBI guy. Man, that was so funny.
That was hilarious.
See, with the FBI.
I never laughed so hard when she said that. I'm like, FBI, honey, where'd you get the FBI from?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's so funny.
You will always be known as the FBI guy, young homie.
Yes.
Besides maybe a mother ducker, but, besides that. You'll be the mother ducking FBI guy. There we go.
I even have some good memories, even though she was on hospice. The best one I can think of right now, since we're talking a little bit, is last time she drank anything was her sweet tea. And it was the last time I got her to drink anything, and she was smacking her lips. And I said, "Is it good, Mama?" She goes, "Mm-hmm." And she was so.
She loved it.
She loved it.
She loved her sweet tea.
That was the last time I got her to drink anything, though.
Mm-hmm.
That day. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
I think I heard it.
If you were out here, you heard
I
it.
think I was. Oh,
It
man.
was the cutest thing. I just loved it.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that the same day that I finished the Revelations?
I don't remember.
I think that's why I was out here. I don't know.
I honestly don't remember. Like I said, my days are everywhere right now. They're all coming together. What are you, a turtle?
Yeah.
Well,
But anyway,
we're pretty much just babbling now. So
we are.
Let's end it on a good note and just
In loving memory of Gurney, Assassin's Creed 3. This one's for you.
Well, I was going to say something else.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was just going to say.
I like turtles.
You sound like Addie now. You sound like.
That's what your homie said.
I know, but that sounds like Addie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just going to say, love you, Mama. Miss you like crazy.
You'll always miss. I mean, I still miss Buddy.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I don't want to cry, so I'm trying to straighten out.
But you know what? They're in heaven right now.
Would you let me finish?
Having a glass of tea and
If
Dr.
you
Pepper.
would
Maybe donuts. I don't
If you
know.
would let me finish, I was going to say, but you're in heaven with Buddy, your sister, and all our family that went before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just grateful that you're in no more pain. Thank you, God, for taking her.
Her and Grandpa are up there.
Thank you for taking her, because I know she couldn't handle it anymore. I never thought I'd say thank you for that, but I have to, because it's the truth. I just couldn't watch her be in pain anymore. It was killing me.
I got a funny moment of her. It's kind of messed up too.
Which one?
When she was outside talking to me, you, and I think you know who.
Oh, joy.
And Crazy Train got called over because she thought it was someone else. She was walking over and she says, "Oh, Crazy Train. Oh, no, no one likes you."
My mother was very blunt. It's probably where I got it from.
Oh, yeah. It was funny. But
she let you know what she thought. And if you didn't like it, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't care.
Well, anyway. On that note, we are just blabbering at this point.
Yes, we are. We need to quit.
We need to go to the store.
I need to go to bed.
And I don't want to go.
I don't want. Well, we got to get some stuff now.
I know.
I don't know if I'm quite ready to go quite yet, but I will be shortly. I just know I have to go to the bathroom and I need to let the dog
Here,
out.
you know what? What do we need so that if we forget, we can come back to the end? Yes, we need milk. We need cereal. We need water. We need...
I need soda. I need coffee. I've had no coffee. It's one thing I enjoy.
I need more Reese's.
I don't know what I need. We need
some meals.
More popcorn meals. I would cook, but I need the recipes I've been looking up. I got to remember what I need. I don't remember that.
There is that one that I want to try.
Which one? You know how many?
I sent it to you.
Great, but I don't remember what it is.
Right.
Because I sent you some too.
Yeah, homie.
What do you say? I can't even see. My eyes are on fire. I'll read it off my phone because I can't. My eyes are.
I'm gonna let you read that.
My eyes are literally on fire.
Freaking your homie.
Oh, you homie. I just love you. Dude, are you still on here? I'll show you a picture of her if you want me to. Where's she at over here?
Hold on. No, I got a better one.
Well, I was gonna.
I'm gonna do.
There was one of her and Buddy both right there.
Oh, well, you can show that one, but I'll show a more recent one.
I'll show a recent one. The only recent one I have is the one that she was in the hospital, and I don't want to do that.
No, I'm talking about this one.
Well, how about the one I have? I have one with both of you. I can do that. I have one with both of you. Where the hell is it? I just sent it to the. Here it is. How about that one?
Here, I got to do it this way, otherwise it gives away our location. So I got to do it this way.
Oh, I got one right here.
That is me and her. Me and her right there. That is my graduation party after I graduated high school. That was just me and her. Obviously, I can't show more than that because it gives away our location, actually.
Well, can I show that one?
Yeah, you can show that one. That one's fine.
And then this one is the same day, but it's all three of them. James got.
Look how young he is.
You guys see
too.
that? I don't know if I got a glare or not.
I'm not gonna lie. I was more fat back then.
I don't know if you can see that very well. Can you see that? I got a glare bad. No, it was a bad glare. There you go.
There you go. Right there.
It was bad. All I could see was a black blob, and I know it was your shirt. Oh, my back. She had the best smile. She really did.
She did.
She smiled all the time, and it would light up the room. She was She was a pistol. She was that. She had a fiery redheads, but she was one heck of a lady. We butt heads a lot. Yeah. We loved each other.
Yeah.
Fiercely.
Well,
it's because we were so much alike.
I'm going through here real quick.
I wish I had more. The picture I found of me and her, whoever took the dang picture had their thumb or finger over my face, so I can't even keep those. I can't even do anything with them. Oh, Lord, I remember that one. I know. I'm well aware.
Look what you're holding.
I know what I'm holding. I remember that picture very well.
Oh, my goodness.
We're not doing that.
Can I not show it?
You can show your homie when you're not on, when you're just talking and stuff. No.
I wasn't even on it anyway.
Whose hat did I have on backwards? Was that his?
I think so. You were a fruit stick back then. Well, you still are, but you really were back then. I'm trying to find this one. And then I'll end it. No.
I don't know what you're looking for.
See, that's when.
I know I got more pictures. I just gotta find them. I just don't know where they're at right now. I feel bad for your brother because all he wants is a picture of him and her together. And I hope I can find one. That's why I always try to tell you, let me take pictures because you're going to
Stop
want them
it.
someday.
Stop it.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
I still don't.
When something happens to me, you're going to want.
I already have pictures.
Yeah.
I got them on my Facebook. We're good.
Yeah. But how
Here
many
it
times?
is.
Which one's that one? Oh, you're. I had. It's
No.
right.
No.
It's right. No, I have that one. No, I know. It's also on the refrigerator.
See, April 3rd, that's when he went into the hospital. April 10th was when praying for my grandpa. He's in the ICU, not doing well. And then later that day, update on grandpa is probably not going to make it through this. I appreciate all the prayers that were sent to the family. And then finally on April 11th at 5:55 p.m., thanks for all the prayers. My grandpa has passed away today at 5:55 p.m. What a weird time. Rest in peace, Grandpa. I love you. So that's when I lost him, was April 11th. So, and then finally, who?
Ed.
Oh, I don't know. I'll end it and you can answer. Anyway.
I'm not in the mood. On back.
All right. Well, anyway. All right. So thank you all for watching. I'll be live later on tonight on my main channel. No Twitch stream today. That will start tomorrow.
I might pop in and say hello.
But anyway, that's going to do it for me. So thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.
We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.